Alright, what's up everybody? We're back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. So today's video, we're going to be reacting to some NBA trade proposals. We're on fanspo.com today. We're going to be reacting to some fans and what trades they have made for their teams, for other teams or players. You know, Fanspo gets crazy with the trade proposals. We're just going to sit back and look at some of the trade proposals and see how well fans would do. You know, looking at how they think of trades and stuff like that. Just a fun thing. Trade deadline is less than a month away, so hopefully we get some deals happening pretty soon. But for now, we're gonna react to some trade proposals. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you like the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. We are on the road to 500 subscribers, so if you like the content around here, hitting the subscribe button would mean a whole lot to me. And yeah, look to my Twitter and TikTok and stuff like that in the description down below. And yeah, don't waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. Alright, so here we are. We're here on Fanspo. And yeah, we're looking at some of the top trades for this week. And maybe we go through some of those. I don't know, really. We're just going to sit back and watch some trades. So this first one is by S Blazers, the mod. So this one is between the Knicks and the Blazers. So it's the Knicks trading Evan Fournier in a 2025 first from Milwaukee to the Blazers for Malcolm Brogdon. There were some reports I heard saying that the Knicks were interested in Malcolm Brogdon the past year, especially now that Mayo quickly is gone. You know, Malcolm Brogdon could be a solid backup point, even though Miles McBride has stepped in. He gave him a contract extension. He's been pretty solid since he's stepped into the rotation regularly. But yeah, Malcolm Brogdon is a really interesting trade piece. I feel like a lot of playoff teams would love to have him. He's just a solid, steady guard. You know, that can handle the ball. Doesn't do much wrong on the court. You know, can shoot the ball well, can get others involved defensively. Like, he's just, I mean, he's the reigning sixth man of the year. You know, so he's a very good player. Interesting to see where he'll go. The Knicks, the Clippers maybe have been a team, even though now they have James Harden, so I don't think the Clippers would be a team. But I think the Knicks would be a solid team for Malcolm Brogdon. Just a team that needs some solid veteran point guard play. You know, a lot of teams could use that. And yeah, this trade isn't bad, though. I mean, Portland, I mean, they're not really going to get a whole lot from Malcolm Brogdon, especially because the injuries and stuff like that. But I think getting a first-round pick for Malcolm Brogdon, that's pretty good. So this one by U/Fur, whatever. 3-team trade between the Warriors, the Raptors, and Mavericks. So it's the Warriors acquire Pascal Siakam. The Raptors get Tim Hardaway Jr., Maxi Kleber, Moses Moody, Jaden Hardy, and a 2027 first-round pick. And the Mavericks get Andrew Wiggins and Kevon Looney. So the Warriors, they get Pascal. They have to give up Moody, they give up Wiggins, and they give up Kevon Looney. Unfortunately, Kevon Looney's a big piece of this team. Wiggins hasn't been great. Moses Moody, a young player. They get back Pascal Siakam. So now you have Steph, Clay, who starts at the 3 now? Kuminga? I don't know who's their starting 3 now. I don't really know. Unless, yeah, they go big and put Kuminga, Pascal, and Draymond. Because now Kevon Looney's gone. Unless you put Dario Saric in the lineup. But then again, you have Pascal and Draymond. So unless you're running Pascal at the 3, I don't know. That's a very weird lineup if you're giving up Andrew Wiggins for Pascal. Well, you might have to give up Wiggins for Pascal depending on money. But yeah, that's a very interesting line because I can't remember right now who the Warriors back up for. Like now, they're starting Clay and Podziemski together at the 2 and 3. So now you bring in Pascal, Draymond comes back, you give up Kevon Looney. So now you probably got to run small and throw Draymond at the 5, Pascal, and then I guess Wiggins, Podziemski, and Curry. I guess is your lineup. I mean, sorry, Clay, Podziemski, and Curry is your lineup. I'm guessing. That's a very interesting one. The Raptors. They get back some big money in Tim Hardaway, Pascal Siakam, but they also get back 2 really good young players in Moses Moody, Jaden Hardy, who they can, you know, let grow and develop. If I'm the Raptors, personally, I want Kuminga instead of Moses Moody, I guess, but whatever. And then you get a first-round pick as well. And the Mavs get Andrew Wiggins, who's a good, you know, 3-and-D wing, where you can get him back, you know, something. Maybe you can get him back to where he was a few years ago, potentially. And then you get Kevon Looney, just another big, you know, for the Mavericks. I don't mind it for the Mavericks. For the Raptors, I don't really know. I don't mind getting back a big contract. Tim Hardaway Jr., Maxi Kleber, you could probably move him on from them, you know, after the year. Even though Maxi Kleber, I feel like, is a big part of the Dallas Mavericks, but he also has been injured a lot. But you get back Jaden Hardy, who you can develop. You get a first-round pick back. I, again, personally would rather have Kuminga and Moody because now you have Emmanuel Quickly, you have RJ, you have Grady Dick, now you have Hardy, Moses Moody. You just have a lot of, like, guys at the same position, I guess. But I would rather get back Kuminga. I think he has more of a high ceiling. But you still get back a young player for the Warriors. Interesting for Pascal Siakam. Of course, they've been a team that's been talked about a lot for getting for getting Pascal is the Warriors, especially because how much he's struggling, meaning maybe another like all-star type of player to put next to Steph Curry to be consistent with. I don't mind it for the Warriors. It's just very interesting to see the lineup, especially if they trade away Wiggins and Kevon Looney. Just interesting to see how the lineup and that dynamic would work. All right, next trade by MMO Error. It's the extra 3-team trade with the Lakers save their season and Brooklyn gets better. This trade cannot happen until January 15th, but still, all right, let's look at it. So the Lakers get Jeremy Grant, Malcolm Brogdon, and they bring Lonnie Walker back. The Blazers get Ben Simmons, Gabe Vincent, Jalen Hood-Schifino, 4 second-round picks, a 2027 first from via Philly, and a 2029 top 3 protected first from the Lakers. And the Nets get D'Angelo Russell back, and they get Rui Hachimura. That's a lot. Okay, so far for the Lakers, they give up Gabe Vincent, they give up D'Lo, Rui, they give up Jalen Hood-Schifino, they give up a first and 2 seconds. They get back Jeremy Grant, Malcolm Brogdon, Lonnie Walker, 3 very good players. Malcolm Brogdon, I feel like will bring a lot to this team, replacing, I guess, D'Lo at the point guard position. Jeremy Grant being a 4 that can consistently score, consistently shoot the ball and stuff, that would be big. And then Lonnie Walker has been having a really good year for Brooklyn. Unfortunately, he's been injured though, but bringing him back to LA. So I don't mind that for the Lakers, especially with what they're giving up. They're getting back a lot. For Portland, they get Ben Simmons' contract, I guess. They give up Jeremy Grant, Malcolm Brogdon's big contracts. They give back Ben Simmons. And Ben Simmons is already on his 3rd team, I guess. And Portland's just like, you know what? We'll just take him and see what we can get. Gabe Vincent, just for money purposes, I guess. And then Jalen Hood-Schifino, they get to really use him. Even though they do have Scoot and Anthony Simon, so I don't know where Jalen Hood-Schifino really would get his kind of role and shine at the point guard position. I guess he'll be a backup. And then they get a lot of draft capital. They get 4 second round picks, and then 2 first round picks are for another few years, but still picks are picks in a way. And yeah, they kind of get to go young, get a lot of draft capital. And the Nets get D'Lo, Rui Hachimura, just bring back 2 stable players, I guess. D'Lo going back to Brooklyn, he's just a solid player. Rui Hachimura, they get take a chance on him for more scoring wise. I don't mind it for the Lakers. Would love this deal. If the Lakers can make this move happen, that's huge. For Portland, I don't mind it either. Even though you do have to take on Ben Simmons, but I guess you get to maybe see if he can get healthy and revive his career in a way. But you get a lot of draft capital. For the Nets, I don't know, because the Nets are kind of struggling right now. So I don't know if the Nets really want to take on win now players. I feel like the Nets maybe would want to go the opposite and maybe trade off some players, potentially, and get some draft capitals. I don't know about this, but the Nets, well, for the Lakers and Blazers, that's not bad, especially for the Lakers. I mean, that's a big come up. All right, this move, 14 trade, posted by Curry for MVPs. His Warriors saying goodbye to Wiggins and GP2 to 14 trade. So the Warriors, they get Evan Fournier, Robert Covington, and 4 second round picks, 2 from Portland, 2 from Philly. The Knicks get Malcolm Brogdon, the 76ers get Gary Payton II, and the Blazers get Andrew Wiggins and a 2025 first, lottery protected via Milwaukee from the Knicks. I don't understand why this trade would happen. The Warriors, they give up Wiggins and Payton, yeah, but they get back Evan Fournier and Robert Covington. Maybe they could do well in the system, but I don't think Evan Fournier and Robert Covington are honestly really changing anything. In Golden State, they get a couple second round picks, which is cool. Maybe they could flip those second round picks to get something. But Robert Covington and Evan Fournier don't really move the Warriors a lot, for me at least. And then the Knicks get Malcolm Brogdon. They get to give up Evan Fournier's contract. They get Malcolm Brogdon, which is a solid thing for them. The Sixers get Gary Payton II, I guess, which is a very solid player they can use. They give up a couple seconds, and they give up Robert Covington, but they get Gary Payton, another player that can fit to the system. And the Blazers get Andrew Wiggins. I don't know, why would the Blazers want Andrew Wiggins? Honestly, giving him Malcolm Brogdon, yeah, but why would you want Andrew Wiggins for 4 years on his contract when you're trying to go young? I mean, they get a first round pick out of it, but it's like, why do we want Andrew Wiggins? This trade doesn't really make a lot of sense, to be honest, for 3 of the 14. For the Sixers, it's like, for the Warriors, why? The Blazers, why? The Knicks, cool, we get Malcolm Brogdon, but everyone else, it's just a weird trade. Next trade, we have another MMO era again. It says astonishing 4-team deal where Indiana lands Siakam, Houston acquires Hill, and the Warriors improve. Big 14 trade. All right, let's look at it. So the Warriors, they get back Chris Boucher, TJ McConnell, and Otto Porter. The Rockets get Buddy Hield. The Pacers get Pascal Siakam and Guy Santos. And the Raptors get back Chris Paul, Victor Oladipo, Jock Landale, Jarace Walker, a first round pick from Indiana, 3 seconds from the Rockets, and 3 seconds from the Warriors. Okay, let's dissect this real quick. So the Warriors, they're giving up Chris Paul. They're giving up 3 second round picks. And Guy Santos, I guess, who I don't even think has played a minute on the court. They get back Chris Boucher, TJ McConnell, Otto Porter. Otto Porter was on the championship run team. TJ McConnell and Chris Boucher are 2 really solid role players, I guess. So they're giving up Chris Paul for a bunch of couple role players. Okay, that's not horrible. The Rockets get Buddy Hield. They give up Oladipo, Jack Landale, both guys that aren't really playing a whole lot. Give up 3 second-round picks to get Buddy Hield. You get a shooter in there, so that's good. The Pacers get Pascal, what they've been wanting. They do have to give up a couple players. Buddy Hield might be on the move anyway. TJ McConnell's been a really good player for them, but for Pascal, I guess. You give up Jarace Walker, your top 10 pick from this year after one season, which is tough. And you also give up a first-round pick. So you give up a lot, but you're getting back an all-NBA or all-star level player in Pascal Siakam. And you also get Guy Santos, I guess. But you get Pascal Siakam, so that's not a bad move for Indiana. The Raptors. So you're giving up Pascal, you're giving up Boucher and Otto Porter Jr., a couple vets. You're getting back Chris Paul, who probably will be gone after this year. You give up Victor Oladipo, who you could probably waive, I guess. Jack Landale is a decent big, but he also has a non-guaranteed contract. You get back Jarace Walker, a top 10 pick, so I like that. You get a first, and you get 6 second-round picks back. So, honestly, this isn't a horrible trade. It's a lot. Especially the Raptors are getting a lot, and the Rockets are getting one player out of this. The Rockets are probably going to ask for another second-round pick or something, because they're like, damn, we're giving up 2 players and 3 picks, and we get back just a player. We don't even get back a pick. It's very interesting. The Raptors are the only team in this trade that do get a pick, and they get 7 picks in this trade, and no one else gets one. That's very interesting. But that's just the little parts of it. But the full part of it, I don't mind it. You know, especially for the Pacers and the Rockets side, I like this for them. This one's a very interesting trade made by U-Size0. It says Mitchell to the 305, Cavaliers retool, add Grant and Hero. So this trade, Jeremy Grant, January 15th. So after January 15th, this will be good. So the Heat get Donovan Mitchell and a 2026 first-round pick from the Blazers, the most favorable protected, so protection on the pick. The Blazers get Karis LeVert, Nikola Jovic, Orlando Robinson, a 2026 first-round pick from Miami, and a 2027 first from Miami. And the Cavaliers get Jeremy Grant, Tyler Hero, and a 2029 first-round pick. Alright, so this basically, so the Heat, the Cavs trading Donovan Mitchell to Miami. Donovan Mitchell gets to Miami. The Cavs get a couple good role players. The Blazers get some young players and some picks. So Miami, they get Donovan Mitchell. They give up Tyler Hero. They give up 3 first-round picks, Jovic and Robinson. But they get a first-round pick back. I guess Miami and Portland swaps first-round picks, I guess, which is interesting. But why would Portland swap their pick if they're going to be I don't know. That's weird. But so that pick is weird, but he get Donovan Mitchell finally. The Blazers to get back Nikola Jovic, who they can kind of let blossom. Karis LeVert's a vet they could probably just move on from. Orlando Robinson's a decent young big. And they get back a couple first-round picks. That's just good. The Cavaliers, they do have to give up Donovan Mitchell, but they do retool and get Jeremy Grant and Tyler Hero, and they get a first-round pick as well. So they throw in Jeremy Grant. I don't know where Jeremy Grant will fit. I guess at the 3. You run another big lineup with Jeremy, Mobley, and Jared Allen. And then you have Darius Garland and Tyler Hero as your guard. So you still have a good shooting guard in there. Garland and Tyler Hero, I guess, would be very interesting to see. Because Tyler Hero is another guy that kind of needs the ball in his hands and can create for himself, I guess. So that would be very interesting. I don't know. For the Cavs, I mean, you do give up Donovan, but you do give back 2 really solid role players. It'll be very interesting fits for them, but it'll be interesting. The Blazers, I don't know. You give up Jeremy Grant, and you get back a lot for Jeremy Grant. Nikola Jovic really is kind of the prize, I guess. You do get back 2 first-round picks, so you can't complain too much. And then Miami, you get Donovan Mitchell. This isn't a horrible trade. Not bad. You know, definitely some tweaks I would make, but the base of it isn't horrible. This trade, interesting, posted by Kokek10. I don't know. I can't read. This is Sixers go all in. So the Sixers trade Marcus Morris, or the Jazz trade Lauri Markkanen to the 76ers in exchange for Marcus Morris, 4 first-round picks, or 3 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks. So you get a 2024 first, a 2024 round 2 via any team, I guess, either Toronto, Indiana, Utah, Cleveland, a 2024 second via the Knicks, a 2026 first via OKC, Houston, or the Clippers, a 2027 second, and a 2028 first-round pick. That's not bad. I mean, you get back 6 picks for Lauri Markkanen, 3 firsts, 3 seconds. Marcus Morris is just a 1-year guy you could just get off at the end of the year. The Sixers to get Lauri Markkanen is a really good player. Now, I don't know much about the Lauri Markkanen sweepstakes now that the Utah Jazz are winning games. They're actually like almost into the play-in. I don't think that's where they want to be, but that's what's happening right now. Maybe you can see a similar situation with last year where they're starting to win, but then they're like, all right, we don't want to win too much, and then they trade off everybody. Potentially, that could be a thing. But, yeah, I wouldn't mind Lauri Markkanen getting traded. He is on a good contract right now. Any team would love to have him. The Sixers getting Lauri Markkanen would be interesting. So now you have Maxey, Melton, Oubre, Lowry, Or no, Tobias at the 3. I guess you run a big lineup. So Maxey, Melton, Tobias, Markkanen, Joel Embiid. That's not bad. You got a big 3, kind of a Joel, Markkanen, and Tyrese Maxey. That's pretty interesting for Philly. Next trade we got here made by E1IC1. It says Pascal gets dish, Pacers contend. So it's Raptors trading Pascal to the Pacers in exchange for Buddy Hield, Jarace Walker, Jalen Smith, and 2 first-round picks. Personally, I feel like that's a little bit much for Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam is a really good player. He's an All-NBA, All-Star type of player. But honestly, I don't think you have to throw in that much. I think Buddy... I don't know if you have to throw in Jarace Walker, to be honest, for Indiana. If you're Indiana, I mean, maybe you do, because maybe I don't really see if you get Pascal. I don't know where Jarace kind of fits into the situation. Maybe you give up Jarace, but I don't think you have to give up all 3 of Buddy, Jarace, and Jalen Smith. I feel like you can keep one, around. Maybe you could keep around Jarace for the young potential, just in case Pascal. Because Pascal, you also have to remember, Pascal is on a 1-year deal, and there was a report earlier that said he wants like a big contract. So is Indiana willing to give him that much money? I don't know. Especially they have a lot of young players. They got guys like Bennedict Mathurin, and guys are going to be up for contract extensions in another year or 2. Potentially, and they just paid Tyrese a max. So do they want to get Pascal the max contract? I don't know. And also, is he gonna come back? Is Pascal gonna go to Indiana and be like, yeah, this is it, or is Pascal gonna go to Indiana and be like, you know what? I don't really like it here. I'm just gonna head out. So giving up, Jarace and 2 first-round picks for a guy that potentially won't be on your team next season, that's a lot. So that's a big leverage point for other teams for Pascal Siakam, where it's like, we're not going to give you... That's why the Kings kind of pulled out of the Pascal Siakam trade. Because Toronto probably wanted Keegan Murray. And Sacramento's like, no, we're not giving you Keegan Murray. Pascal's good. But, he might not come back. Why are we going to give up a young piece that we think we can build with for the future for a guy for a 1-year rental when we're not a type of team that is probably going to win a championship in 1 year? That's stupid. So for Indiana, I don't think they have to give up this much. I think Buddy, Jalen Smith, and maybe a first-round pick I think will be good enough. I don't think you have to give up Jarace and 2 firsts for Pascal. This one, interesting one, made by Javier SC30, probably Warriors fan. Warriors land Lauri Markkanen. So this trade, the Warriors, it's a 3-team trade between the Warriors, Jazz, and Mavericks. So the Warriors get Tim Hardaway Jr. and Lauri Markkanen. The Jazz get Josh Green, Dwight Powell, Moses Moody, Brandon Podziemski, and 3 first-round picks. 2 from Golden State, 1 from Dallas. And the Mavs get Andrew Wiggins and Gary Payton. Alright, so the Warriors getting Lauri Markkanen and Tim Hardaway Jr., that's a big come-up for Golden State. You do have to give up a couple things. Brandon Podziemski's in a bright spot. You give up Wiggins, Payton, Moses Moody, and you do have to give up 2 first-round picks. But getting Lauri Markkanen and Tim Hardaway Jr., those are big things. Tim Hardaway Jr. can, be a microwave off the bench. Lauri Markkanen putting into that lineup, that'll be very interesting. For the Jazz, you get back 3 first-round picks for Lauri Markkanen, basically. You also get a chance to get some young players like Brandon Podziemski, Moses Moody, Josh Green. You get to see what they're about, so that's very interesting. Dallas, you get Andrew Wiggins and Gary Payton, 2 players that can fit in and help around Luka. This isn't a bad trade. I thought I was gonna kind of hate it at first, but honestly, this isn't a horrible trade. The Jazz getting 3 firsts for Markkanen, that's pretty good for them. The Warriors giving up 2 firsts for Markkanen, that's not crazy. I don't know why the Mavericks are giving up a first-round pick. Because they're getting Wiggins and Gary Payton. They're giving up... I don't know why the Mavs give up a first to the Jazz. I don't think they need to do that. But, this isn't a bad one. Next trade here made by Let's Go Raptors 99. So the Warriors get Pascal. So 3-team trade between the Warriors, Grizzlies, and Raptors. So the Warriors get Pascal Siakam. The Grizzlies get Andrew Wiggins. And the Raptors get Steven Adams, Jonathan Kuminga, Zaire Williams, Moses Moody, Brandon Podziemski, and 3 first-round picks. 2 from Golden State, 1 lottery protected from the Memphis Grizzlies. Sorry, so Warriors, they get Pascal, they give up Wiggins, they give up Kuminga and Moody and Podziemski, and 2 firsts. That's a lot for Pascal, for me. That's a lot, especially how good Brandon Podziemski has been playing this season. I don't know if you give that up. Just all of that up. Give up maybe a combination of 2 and maybe a first, but I don't know, 3 young players and 2 first-round picks. That's a lot for Pascal. The Grizzlies, I like getting Andrew Wiggins. You do have to give up Steven Adams, though, which I think is a big piece. I don't know if you give up Steven Adams like that easily. Zaire Williams is fine. Even a first-round pick, lottery protected first is fine, because even if you do make the playoff, Andrew Wiggins are probably going to be a playoff team, so that lottery protected pick, who cares about that one? But, yeah, I don't know about Steven Adams maybe giving up, but, something. The Raptors, You get back Kuminga, you get back Zaire Williams, Moses Moody, Brandon Jemsey, and 3 first-round picks. I mean, for the Raptors, you're like, let's do it. You know, if you're the Raptors, you're like, oh hell yeah. I like that for Memphis, Andrew Wiggins. So for the Warriors, that's a lot. I think that's a lot for Pascal. All right, here's another 3-team trade. This only is because of DeJounte Murray's contract, but it's from NBA mock trades of the Pistons. As who says no to this Pistons, Knicks, Hawks 3-way trade? It'll be legal on January 5th, and Murray is eligible to be traded. So it's a 3-team trade between the Hawks, Knicks, and Pistons. So the Hawks, they're getting Evan Fournier, James Wiseman, Killian Hayes, Quentin Grimes, 2 first-round picks from the Knicks, a second from the Knicks, and a second from the Detroit Pistons. The Knicks get DeJounte Murray and Isaiah Stewart, and the Pistons get DeAndre Hunter, Precious Achiuwa, Wes Matthews, and a first from the Knicks. So the Knicks are giving up 3 first-round picks in this trade. The 3 first-round picks they could use to get a star, and they're using that to get DeJounte Murray and Isaiah Stewart. Interesting. So you're trying the 2-guard lineup again of Jalen Brunson and DeJounte Murray. I guess you're giving up Quentin Grimes as well. So now you have a lineup of Jalen Brunson, DeJounte, OG, Julius, and Isaiah Hartenstein. And then your bench, you got Miles McBride, Isaiah Stewart off the bench. Who else on there? But Dante DiVincenzo comes off the bench. Josh Hart. That's not bad. Interesting to see if they would go the Jalen Brunson, DeJounte Murray route. I feel like DeJounte defensively is still good, even though, you know, has some clips come out this year. I feel like DeJounte's still been a pretty solid, can be a pretty solid defender. And being in New York in a lesser role now probably will bring out his more defense. And then you got Isaiah Stewart, a solid backup big, especially how the bigs have been going this year with their injuries. You got Isaiah Stewart, a solid backup center that can do the dirty work, shoot some threes, do stuff like that. You do have to give up a lot in pick value though. For DeJounte and Isaiah Stewart, that's 3 first-round picks for DeJounte and Isaiah Stewart is a lot, you know. You also are giving up Quentin Grimes, so I think I probably would take out one of the first-round picks to Atlanta, you know, because you're giving up Quentin Grimes and a first, and then a first to Detroit as well, which I don't know why Detroit would get a first for Isaiah Stewart. That's interesting, but whatever, I guess. For your Atlanta, so you're giving up DeJounte, DeAndre Hunter, you're just kind of resetting, and you get a couple firsts in a couple seconds. You get back Quentin Grimes, the young player that you can use next to Trae Young. Evan Fournier is a vet. James Wiseman, I don't know how much he would work. And you get Killian Hayes just maybe to try it out just to see. But Atlanta's kind of a reset for them. And the Detroit, you get back DeAndre Hunter as a solid wing. You get back a first-round pick. Wesley Matthews can kind of just go. You can just buy him out. Then Precious Achiuwa as a decent backup center, I guess. I don't know. It's an interesting one. It's a very interesting one. I don't really know how I feel about it. I don't like it a whole lot. It's an interesting one, though. Alright, I think we're going to end it off with this 5-team trade. Honestly, I love seeing these because it's just like, why? It's posted by u/purple and gold. It says Knicks finally get Mitchell, Raptors trade Siakam, Grizzlies put in final piece of puzzle, Cavs retool, Nets rebuild. Alright, lock in. Now listen. Alright. It's a 5-team trade between the Memphis Grizzlies, New York Knicks, Toronto Raptors, Brooklyn Nets, Cleveland Cavaliers. Alright, so the Memphis Grizzlies are getting Cam Johnson and Jarrett Allen. The Knicks are getting Donovan Mitchell. The Raptors are giving Evan Fournier, Luke Kennard, Ty Jerome, Quentin Grimes, Jericho Sims, and 2 firsts from the Knicks. The Nets, oh my god, are getting back Gary Trent Jr., Steven Adams, Zaire Williams, Malachi Flynn, Ricky Rubio, contract, I guess. Well, actually, this trade can't even happen now because Ricky Rubio's contract is dead. Jake LaRavia, and they get 5 first-round picks, 2 from Memphis, 3 from New York, and they get 3 second-round picks, 2 from Cleveland, 1 from Memphis. And then the Cavaliers are getting Pascal Siakam, Mikal Bridges, and John Konchar. As a Cavs fan, giving up Donovan, Jarrett Allen, and you're getting back Pascal, Mikal Bridges, John Konchar. So now I have a lineup of, Darius Garland, move Max Strus to the 2. Darius Garland, Max Strus, Mikal, Pascal, Evan Mobley. That's a crazy lineup. The Nets, you give up Mikal, and you give up Cam Johnson. You get back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks. 5 first-round picks. You get back Zaire Williams, I guess you can use. Gary Trent can be gone after a year. Malachi Flynn, I guess you can use. Jake LaRavia, I guess you can try. The Raptors, you're giving up Pascal, Gary Trent. You're getting back Quentin Grimes as a young piece, I guess, and 2 first-round picks, I guess, is the thing you see. The Knicks get Donovan Mitchell. They finally get the star they need. And the Grizzlies get Cam Johnson and Jarrett Allen. So they kind of replace Steven Adams with Jarrett Allen. You get Cam Johnson as a forward. I like that for Memphis. New York, they get their thing. The Raptors, I don't know if they get a whole lot. of value for Pascal Siakam. I mean, Evan Fournier, Luke Kennard, I guess. I don't know. The Nets, you get back a lot in pick value. And the Cavs, you get some stars. I guess the Cavs kind of make out. You get like 2 all-star type players for giving up Donovan Mitchell and Jared Allen, I guess. Yeah, I don't even know how to like analyze or view this trade because it's just a lot. Like, these trades are honestly funny to me because it's like, dang, you really have to sit here for like ever in trying to think of a trade that would work for this, honestly. That might be the last one. I don't know. We'll see. All right, another one here. Another 5-teamer. Posted by Schlenk Systems. Says the ultimate Atlanta Hawks rebuild. So there's probably a Hawks fan out here saying, you know what, this is what I want, and rebuild this team. All right, so let's lock in. So the Hawks are getting Pascal Siakam, Kevin Huerter back, Josh Hart, Dennis Schroeder comes back to Atlanta. The Warriors get Clint Capella. The Knicks get DeJounte Murray and 2 second-round picks, one from Atlanta, one from Sacramento. The Kings get DeAndre Hunter, and the Raptors get Andrew Wiggins, Patty Mills, Kobe Buffkin, AJ Griffin, and 2 first-round picks from the Knicks. Why are the Raptors getting these 2 first-round picks from New York? I guess maybe New York is trading them to Atlanta, and Atlanta's giving them up for Pascal, I guess, that type of way. So Atlanta's just like, you know what, send them to Toronto because we get it for Pascal. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so Atlanta, they give up DeJounte, they give up DeAndre Hunter, they give up some of their young pieces of Kobe Buffkin and AJ Griffin. They get back Pascal, you know, as their star. I guess Kevin Huerter comes back to Atlanta. Josh Hart, Knicks giving up Josh Hart is a tough one. And then you get Dennis Schroeder as well, a backup point guard. I don't mind that for Atlanta. Those are pretty solid players. They also give up Clint Capella as well. So now Onyeka Okongwu becomes a full-time center. So now it's a lineup of what? Trey, Kevin Huerter, Saddiq Bey, Pascal, Okongwu. And then you get Josh Hart, Dennis Schroeder off the bench. That's not bad if you're Atlanta. You know, Warriors, they give up Wiggins. They get Clint Capella, which is interesting because you have Kevon Looney. I guess you get an upgraded Kevon Looney. I guess I don't really know why the Warriors would do that. Getting Wiggins for Capella for Wiggins. The Knicks, you get DeJounte Murray again. You're trying the guard lineup of Jalen Brunson, DeJounte Murray, and you get a couple second-round picks as well, and not really giving up much. I mean, you're giving up the 2 first-round picks actually, and Josh Hart. That's a little bit of a lot for DeJounte Murray. The Kings get DeAndre Hunter, so you're giving up Kevin Huerter, giving up a second, and you get DeAndre Hunter, another 4 you can throw in there. Even though you do have Harrison Barnes, Keegan Murray, I guess. Maybe you can make Harrison Barnes expendable now that you have DeAndre Hunter coming in. And Toronto, you get Andrew Wiggins, so he comes back to Toronto. You get Kobe Buffkin, AJ Griffin as the young pieces for Pascal, and you get a couple first-round picks. This isn't a horrible trade. I don't mind it for the Raptors or the Hawks side. The Kings, I guess, is cool. The Knicks, I don't know about giving up 2 firsts and Josh Hart for DeJounte Murray, but whatever. The Warriors, I don't really understand it for the Warriors side. Alright, that's good review for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you enjoyed the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.